This whole situation just went from bad to worse. Number one, there's some weird AI scam that's going around, and I need to put all of you producers on high alert. There's an AI scam going around that's targeting people who interact with my anti-AI content. I don't know what that's about, but I'll talk about that in a second. First of all, OpenBeat AI has issued a public statement / apology kind of, so I want to cover that. But first, I want to talk about the proof that I found that I was looking for that shows that OpenBeat AI has in fact been using Suno for their output. In the statement that they sent me when they talked about how their APIs worked, they claimed that they'd never used Suno. They claimed that they were unaware that Suno API even existed, and they told me that they used Marika's learning model. But here's evidence of what's actually going on, and major shout out to Alish Mazur. I think I'm saying his name correctly. I had to Google it. He sent me this information. If you're watching this, I really appreciate it. So this confirmed it for me. Check this out. Right up here, here's the OpenBeat AI URL. This links to a track that I generated way back when I first made the video on OpenBeat. There's the output. Now we go to Suno. Look at the date, November 23rd, 2025 at 8:58 p.m. This is when I was recording that video. Now let's listen to this track. So it's the same, and now nobody, because there was some speculation that maybe there was a hack. APIs can get hacked. Maybe a user on Suno uploaded my content, and that's why it was hosted on Suno's server. This is pretty clear that what I entered into OpenBeat was actually forwarded to Suno and then returned back to OpenBeat as though they had generated it. So OpenBeat did issue a statement. They said they've been operating as a hybrid model. Based on what I just showed you, I don't think that's true. They say they're going to remove all third-party APIs in question. They're going to update the terms and conditions. They'll be removing the phrase ethically trained. The whole reason I even considered reviewing their platform was because they told me it was ethically trained. They say, please understand the responsibility is 100% on OpenBeat AI, not on any of the producers, creators, ambassadors, or partners who have supported the platform. That's not true at all. I'm not going to say anyone else's name. This is on me because I made the video. That's why I apologized. That's why I took accountability, because I did that. To me, this statement doesn't help anybody. And plus, it's on their YouTube page, which is strange. It's not on their Instagram page. It's not on their website. And they never addressed the Suno question. They never addressed that. I asked them multiple times via the DMs, hey, why is Suno on your site? Why are there Suno links on your API? As a matter of fact, let me show you what I'm talking about. So here's a screen recording that I took on December 5th. This is before their backend changed. You can still see Suno URLs. Damn, let me move my head. Right here, Suno.ai. So on their API feed on December 5th, there were still publicly visible Suno links. They are not addressing that. I was able to get answers. Shout out to Fex. Fex deserves a lot of credit because Fex is responsible for discovering all of this. Fex clearly knows what they're talking about. Fex broke the story, and Fex reached out to me directly and sent me this information. Obviously, I would have loved to have this information before my video, but that's, again, my fault. Forget the statement where it says this has nothing to do with DJ Penguin. This absolutely has a lot to do with me. This explains the whole API.box URL in their feed. So effectively, as I understand it, that API feed is showing you all the input, all the output, how the music is being generated on OpenBeat server. I don't know why that's public. I don't think it's supposed to be. People who know what they're doing found it. Fex found it. And he explains why API.box is visible on that feed. API Box is a website which runs as a service that allows people to generate content using Suno models. So here's the thing about Suno. Suno doesn't give access to other companies to use them, as far as I know. But if you use a third party like API.box, look at this. We provide APIs for the latest AI music models, including Suno V5. Suno V5 is exactly what is visible in that screenshot I showed you earlier, the screen recording, where it shows my song that was purportedly generated through OpenBeat, but was in fact actually generated through Suno. And the link between OpenBeat and Suno is this website, API.box. OpenBeat is using API.box as a third-party API as their mechanism to access the Suno models. It is absolutely obvious that API.box uses Suno models, so do not let OpenBeat try to claim that they were naive to this fact. This is what Fex is saying. When a user tries to generate content in OpenBeat, the prompt request is sent to API.box, and then API.box's server sends the generation request to Suno directly. Suno generates the audio and returns the Suno audio file to the API box, and then API box hosts that audio file on their own server in case it were to get removed from Suno servers, and then they forward that back to OpenBeat. How did Fex obtain this information? It is/was publicly accessible through OpenBeat's public tracks API endpoint. I provided Weaver a screen recording of myself accessing this, and okay, so this is confirmation. Fex did provide, this is how Weaver got that information. What is an API endpoint? API stands for Application Protocol Interface, similar to how MIDI is Musical Instrument Digital Interface. APIs for applications rather than musical instruments. Why is it publicly available? APIs are most commonly used within website. A website should, however, be mindful of what information is being disclosed, especially publicly to unauthenticated users. I put this down to negligence and inexperience on OpenBeat's part. It is weird that all of that information is just visible, but thankfully it is. Otherwise, we would have never found this information out. This is Fex saying this. I'm not saying this. This is his theory. The service API box charges $0.06 per Suno generation. OpenBeat are betting on the fact that given they charge $60 for lifetime access, the average user is never going to make 1,000 generations. These are his calculations and his theory as to why OpenBeat is doing this. So because I made a video in which I complimented the output of what was essentially Suno, what was actually Suno, at least in one case, does that mean I'm now a fan of unethically trained AI? No. Weird comments like these should be enough to keep anybody away from the Suno fanatics, but if anything, this makes me dislike it even more. And for the record, I never said that all Suno sounds trash. I've actually complimented the sonics of Timbaland's Tata. I've said the Haven track sounded good. I still think Broken Rust is a terrible song, and I've broken down the production on Zanaya Monet's tracks, and I explained why I don't think they're good. But to me, this is like inviting me over for lunch and saying, hey, I made you this Beyond Burger, and showing me the package saying, look, this is Beyond Meat, it's 100% vegan, try this. And then I eat it, and as I'm on my second bite, they look at me and go, ha, gotcha, that's real meat. So now are you still a vegan? Yes, absolutely. You didn't just change my opinions and my beliefs because you lied to me. Now I just don't like you either. The other mentality that I'll never understand among the Suno fanatics and just the people that don't care about the implications, the negative effects of AI, they always tell on themselves. Here's the funniest part. What happens when Google, who's massively invested in AI, decides these anti-AI channels are pushing hate speech against the technology they profit from? Those channels are gone, vanished, deleted. The people y'all follow are not smart. They're emotional, blah, blah, blah. They're clinging to a world that already ended. The winners adapt. So what he's basically saying here is that he is ready to join the forces of whoever he deems as the winners, no matter what the morality is. A lot of people feel that way. They feel like it doesn't matter what happens. I talk about this all the time. All these AI companies, it's not just music. There are AI companies for weapons that are killing children, and people are like, well, that's just the future. You better invest. There's AI surveillance right now in the United States. AI is helping certain governmental agencies kidnap people off of the street. Just better adapt. Apply that logic to any other situation and you sound like an absolute coward. Hey honey, looks like someone's trying to break into the house. You know what? I'm going to let them break in, and as a matter of fact, I'm not going to even fight them. I'm not going to resist, and I'm not going to try to escape. We should just make the best of it because that's what winners do. So this is important. Hopefully you're still watching. This is serious. Somebody, some AI fanatic, somebody is now impersonating me and targeting people who leave comments on my content. There's some AI weirdo that is always leaving comments, and then he left a comment saying, that's why I just got an email from you confessing and apologizing for secretly loving AI. It was something weird like that. I'm like, I don't even know your email address. What are you talking about? Now I'm putting two and two together. So this is something that's been ongoing, but I thought it was isolated. So far, it's only affected 3 people, but it might affect more. I just want you to be aware of this and to be on alert. So there's someone impersonating me. They created a Gmail account. It says from DJ Payne 1. The email address is djpayne1team@gmail.com. That is not me. Hello there. I don't talk like that. I'm not some 1950s pinup seductress. Not yet, at least. I saw your comment and you broke it. I'm not even reading this bullshit. Here's the other one. I don't have a third example because the guy just, I think, deleted all his comments from my channel, but also... Yo, for real? Also starts with hello there. The two people that contacted me are shocked that this person even got their email address. So I don't know why this person is reaching out to them. I don't believe they responded. If they did, maybe there's some kind of follow-up scam, but please be careful. I will not just randomly email you to talk about AI. I promise you. I won't randomly email you, period. If you're subscribed to my email list, if you're in a conversation with me already, then I'll email you. But I will not start my email with hello there, and my email address will be from a djpayne1.info domain, or it'll be a well-established Gmail that you're already familiar with. So please be careful. This is a mess. I can't apologize enough for my part in all of this, and I'm wishing all of you a lot of success and a safe and happy holiday season.